And you mentioned sort of obviously trying to work with people during COVID as well, but extraordinary times that we're in. And I'm very aware that these times were predicted by so many Indigenous teachers, prophets, elders, advised us that we'd be heading into this chaotic time of deep change and deep challenges as well. What do you feel that we need through all the work that you're doing with people to help us navigate our way through?
I would say number one, the most important thing is a sense of kindness to ourselves, and to each other. I think we're living in times now where there's so much agitation because of the unknowns. You know, most of us
Mm,
haven't, at least in the Western world, haven't lived with this
mm,
level of the unknown before.
mm, mm,
Our grandparents did, our great grandparents did, pretty
right.
much every
Mm,
generation before ours did. But for us, it's like, whoa, what's going on? There's a lot of agitation. And that agitation is looking for a release, and it often is then we're looking for targets, and that's why there's so much of this polarization, explosive polarization going on. So number one, kindness, and to learn. It so much depends on the situation that whoever's
mm,
listening to this, the situation you're in. But if you can take 5 minutes a day to, because you're not living your normal life, to let that shift your awareness to look into this unknown rather than it being a problem that we've got to get over and get away from so that
mm,
we can get back to what we know. The unknown is going to be with us. It's always with us. We've just developed a way of kind of keeping it somewhere over there,
yeah.
but it's now right here in our faces. And death is here in our faces. You know, that
Mm,
when we're faced with a pandemic, there's fear. We become
mm,
more aware of our mortality. From a shamanic perspective, that's
mm,
a really good thing because death is a great teacher. It can be a great teacher. It helps us to sift through the the flotsam and jetsam, the things that don't really matter,
mm,
and get down to the things that really do. So if there's any way that we as individuals and we as a species can take this time as a, a rather gentle warning, and I know many people are really suffering,
mm,
and for those people it's not gentle, but for a lot of people it's, you know, we just have to
mm,
stay at home and we're worried and we're
mm,
dealing with things and we're if we can embrace that a little bit more and find ground to be in that, to let the unknown be a teacher rather than something to run away from, and to let death, the presence of our own mortality, um, focus our hearts and minds and bodies into a sense of actually what matters. Do I really want to get back to a way of living that was killing me, that was
mm,
killing the planet? Do we really want to go back?
mm,
Surely this is an invitation to move forward,
mm,
to evolve, to, to look to one another, to learn from one another, rather than fighting about who's right,
mm,
who I'm right and you're wrong, or I'm wrong, I'm wrong, you're
mm,
right. Like this whole terrible emotional prison
mm, mm,
roundabout that we put ourselves in. We need to break out of that, and kindness is a key.
mm,
It's really, it comes down to that in the end.
mm,
Kindness to your body, kindness to the people close to you, kindness to the earth, kindness to the people you don't know, kindness to different points of view than your own.